Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. History is fraught with factually incorrect stories about great people, ranging from those about Alexander the Great's generosity and George Washington's honesty, to the more recent WhatsApp University forwards. Valladhoom had strong views about such.
The famous movie director Sudha Gonkara recently stated that nationalist V.D. Savarkar pursued his wife to study amidst the social taboos in that age. She later apologized for confusing social reformer Jyotirao Phule with Savarkar. It was probably an unintentional mistake and was taken back quickly. But there have been many misrepresentations and exaggerations, myths and overestimations, deceits and hoaxes, perjuries and trickeries throughout history. Most of such hyperboles have been created by people who just enjoyed the importance they gained while they added juicy bits to the lives of great men and women. While those were nothing but lies, the fabrication stayed on and lived through ages. As Churchill said, a lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. One such story was about George Washington. When he was young, he confessed to cutting down a cherry tree to his father. While he could have hidden that information, he upfronted his father and said, "I cannot tell a lie." His father appreciated him and declared that honesty was more valuable than 1,000 trees. But guess what? This incident never happened and was made up by a biographer. The story was so appealing to the American tribe that it found its way even to textbooks. The Battle of Jhelum was fought between Alexander the Great and Porus, the magnificent war hero of India, in 326 BCE. Some records say that Alexander's army secured a decisive victory. Porus was reinstated as the region's ruler, probably in line with Alexander's policy of appointing local rulers for the territories captured by him. Someone saw an opportunity for an interesting heroic tale here, and the same goes like this. Alexander summoned Porus and asked how he wished to be treated, and Porus replied, "Treat me as a king." Impressed by his valor, Alexander gave the country back to him. The truth is that records about this battle remain very hazy. It's not even well established whether Alexander won or he simply retracted back. A few weeks ago in this column, I wrote about Peniquick, the British engineer who constructed the Periyar Dam. Some were upset that I did not mention that Penny returned to England to sell his properties to fund the project because the British refused to allocate resources. While Peniquick's sacrifice was enormous, there is absolutely no evidence that he sold his family property to fund the dam construction. Then there is this fable about G.U. Pope, the missionary and the person who translated Thirukkural. The tale is like this. There is a poetic epitaph engraved in the tomb as per G.U. Pope's instructions. A student of Tamil is sleeping in here. While G.U. Pope has indeed loved the Tamil language dearly, this story is untrue. What is inscribed in his tombstone mentions his lifelong labor for the cause of Orient literature and nothing more. I turned on to YouTube and a motivational speaker was addressing some college students. She narrated a rather exciting story about the episode of man landing on the moon. As the vessel landed, Aldrin was scared and hesitated to open the door and jump, whereas Armstrong was not wavering and he jumped immediately to become the first man to land on the moon. Aldrin regretted his hesitation throughout his life. So, dear students, be the first one to take the plunge, said the motivator. While the message is good, the facts are wrong. The Apollo 11 crew consisted of Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong was the commander. The sequence of descent was unmistakably commanded as part of the training. Edwin Aldrin descended 19 minutes later and joined Armstrong as per plan. By the way, Aldrin never regretted anything. Upon returning to Earth, he even claimed $33.31 in expenses for travel from Houston, Texas to the moon and back. All across the world, the lives of great men and women are spiced with stories that probably never happened. Counterfeit historians, speakers, and writers have added these to attract their audience, and these stories have remained in the chambers of history. The WhatsApp University has a steady supply of such stories. Valluvar warns against interspersing false narratives in stories. If your lie is exposed, people will doubt everything you say, even the facts you have researched well. Kallaadha Merkondu Ozhugal, Kasadara Valladhoom, Ayyam, Tharum. When fools pretend to share what has not been researched by them, people will suspect even what they have thoroughly mastered.